Sarah and I were embarking on our very first adventure outside of our home province. With all my gear packed and anticipations high, I was excited to explore Newfoundland and see what makes this province just so captivating. From its stunning wildlife to its breathtaking landscapes, I was eager to discover what draws so many people here.
That's a puffin!
Like many adventures, ours began bright and early with a long day of travel ahead of us. Alright, it's a little past 2 a.m. It's time to get this started. I'm right behind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before landing, please raise the back of your seat on upright position.
This is it. Just left the airport. Welcome to Newfoundland. With so many adventures ahead of us and unsure where to start, we took some time to explore St. John's, admiring the colorful houses that give the city such a unique charm. The streets here really do have a way of making you feel like a kid again. After a long day of travel, we were eager to check into our hotel and rest up for the big day ahead. On our way in, I discovered a herring gull just outside the front door. Their nest is way over there. Now, I know you might be thinking, that's just some common gull. But back home, it's not often I come across a nest. And I thought these chicks were quite cute with their spotted heads. It's these little discoveries that make the journey all that much more exciting. The next day, we set off on a 30-minute drive to a boat tour promising plenty of wildlife. As we ventured through Newfoundland, I couldn't help but wonder about some of the unique features around us. Hey, so we are currently traveling around Newfoundland, and I was curious, why are the trees here all so short?
The short trees in Newfoundland are mainly due to the harsh weather conditions. The island experiences strong winds, cold temperatures, and a short growing season. The soil can also be rocky and shallow, limiting how deep roots can grow. This combination makes it tough for trees to reach great heights.
Now, it turns out we had the wrong time, and the whole boat was sitting there waiting for us. Finally, it was time to set sail and get a taste of what Newfoundland has to offer for wildlife photography.
Oh my god! That's a puffin!
It didn't take long for me to spot my very first puffin, followed by hundreds more in every direction. I quickly realized just how challenging it was to capture photos from a moving boat out on the open ocean. As we made our way along Gull Island, I managed to photograph puffins in flight, floating close by the boat, and perched on the rugged rocks. Another fun bird to photograph were these common mirrors. Their colony was massive and much easier to see compared to the neighboring puffin colonies. In all the excitement, time seemed to fly by, making the tour feel much shorter than it actually was. But on the way back to the harbor, we were lucky enough to have a whale sighting. The whole boat fell silent as we waited in anticipation. And while the whale only surfaced briefly, it was a memorable end to an incredible tour. Okay, boat tour is over. I'm plenty motion sick and ready to relax for a little bit. We're gonna go find some lunch. Sarah got a couple things from the gift shop. So we're on our way up to Signal Hill right now. We came to Signal Hill not only for the stunning views, but also because I had read online that the fields around here were home to Newfoundland foxes. However, I quickly learned from the locals that all the foxes had been relocated due to their tame nature from being fed by visitors. So instead, we set out on the trail for some breathtaking views, while I kept my expectations for wildlife low. We're making our way up to the very top to the lookout. Looks like there's going to be some pretty awesome views right here. Not a lot of wildlife so far, but I'm having so much fun with the photography and filming everything. Whoa. So far, might be lacking wildlife here, but this has seriously reignited my landscape photography, like, passion. I don't know. Back home, I've gotten pretty used to my surroundings, so I don't take out this lens very often. There's so much tourism here that pretty much any photo you see has been taken. So you've really got to try and find the angles and build a nice composition. And like I said, I might be a little rusty at that. Hopefully it's turning out pretty good though. Yeah, there's another sign, a little one, maybe the end of the trail, I'm not too sure. But I still wanted to see what was over here. We hiked all the way up, so might as well finish it. All right, Sarah's not ready to give up. She said, let's follow this and see where it goes. I got no problem with that. Whoa. I'm trying to figure out if those guys are wildlife photographers and if they see something, or are they just taking photos of all the rock formations out there with a telephoto, which, I mean, that would be cool on its own. I don't know, there could be an eagle out here somewhere. All right, we're gonna go nicely ask what they're taking photos of. We got a sign here. Oh. Bald eagle nesting area. Hey, what'd I say? That was one of my guesses. So let's see if these guys are taking photos of bald eagles or not.
Curtis heard bald eagle and completely took off all by myself.
Once I reached the lookout, the two photographers pointed out the nest for me. So I think the nest is still in the sun right now. But of course losing light really quickly with the sun coming down behind us. The juvenile eagle was there alone, jumping and flapping its wings energetically. Perhaps it was nearing its time to leave the nest. Much further out across from us, the parents could be spotted keeping their distance, likely encouraging the young eagle to fledge on its own. We spent a good hour with these eagles, and I had some really great conversations with some of the friendly locals. Their shared enthusiasm for the outdoors was truly inspiring and made the experience even more memorable. This seemed like the perfect end to our stay in St. John's. But we had one last thing to do before moving on to our next destination. You see, Sarah had a goal to see the sunrise at the most eastern point of Canada. Alright, this morning's been pretty rushed. We're trying to get out the door to go catch the sunrise at the furthest, most east point of Newfoundland. Alright, let's go see the sunrise. It seemed others had the same idea in mind, quietly gathering in anticipation. We found our own quiet little space to watch from, taking in the sights, the smells, and the sounds of our surroundings. There's hundreds of birds out there, but I'm switching back to landscape. It's pretty amazing out here. You see, this funny thing happens in Newfoundland. The landscapes are so beautiful that you just become carried away, happily snapping photos in every direction. But the thing was, I hadn't taken the time to capture an image I was truly proud of. So, as we made our way to the lighthouse, I searched for a composition that would showcase the serenity of this moment and be something I could look back on. And just like that, our stay in St. John's comes to a close. But the adventure is far from over. Stay tuned for the next episode, where I'll be taking you along as I finally get up close with the Atlantic Puffins and capture their charming antics. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to sharing the next part of this adventure with you.